Hey guys, wanted to go ahead and feature a pocket knife and to go from there. This is the Pena X Series Apache front flipper. This is a very old knife, but basically I just wanted to talk a few things about it and to go from there. So a few things here. Disclaimer, I'm very new to pocket knives. I'm just really starting to get into it. I just think they look really, really cool in terms of design, and I'm just kind of really getting into it. I'm going to talk about three things. Number one, why I bought it, things you should know, and overall thoughts. Okay, so I bought this because I think it looks cool. You know, it has a really cool minimalist design, but at the same time, it does seem functional as a pocket knife. I just think it looks really nice, and it doesn't look like, I would say, like aggressive, like cold steel knives, and it doesn't look ugly, I would say, like Benchmade knives. It just looks really, really sleek, and that's one of the reasons why I bought it. Things you should know about the knife. So, there were only 300 made, so this is actually really hard to find brand new. So you have to get them used from people. The second thing that you should know is that this blade here, they will have different models that look like this, but then they have different blade types. So this is the Apache blade, and a lot of people say that the Apache blade is the most useful out of the different types of blades, which means the Apache blade is the most, I would say, coveted sort of version of this knife. The other thing that you should know is that this particular knife, there are three sizes, and it's only specific to the Apache blade. They have a micro Apache, a regular Apache, and a large Apache. There's no large size on any of the other types of knives. The other thing you should know is that even though it says brown, right, there are different colors of brown. So there's one knife where it's brown, but it's kind of like an uglier brown, like a tan brown, which I think doesn't work. But then there's also this type of brown, which is an exclusive. And it's even more rare, but I really, really liked the design of this knife. The funny thing was I actually wanted to get this in black with the large Apache, not available. So I pretty much settled for the regular Apache and with this color of brown. In terms of length, we're sitting at about, so this is like a floss. This is how it compares to a Civivi Altus. So the Altus is very similar to the Ontario Rat 2. This is how it compares to a quiet carry Waypoint. This is how it compares to a quiet carry IQ. This is how it compares to a large Sebenza. And this is how it compares to a small Sebenza. One thing you should know, let's see, ergonomics are spectacular on this for my hand. However, ergonomics are going to be very, very subjective from person to person. But for me, it's about 3 inches across. For me, excellent ergonomics. Usually I take out the pocket clips out of pocket knives because they usually eat into the hand. It doesn't here. It's really, really great on ergonomics. The one thing that you should know, a drawback of this knife and why a lot of people probably wouldn't get it, is that it's actually difficult to one hand. So at least not for the average person. If you actually look at the knife, there's actually nothing here. And it's very difficult to actually take out. I'm sure most people are like, well, it's obvious I can do it. But like for me, I basically have to two-hand it and then use the locking system right here and lock it that way. Now, people are going to say, well, that's so easy. But like, let me compare it to something that's much, much easier. This has something I can actually hold on to. So I can deploy and unlock very, very easily. Versus this, there's nothing. So that could be a drawback because it's not like a flicky knife. It's more like I'll just do this today. So, that's pretty much what I just want to say about this knife as quickly as I can say about this knife. But overall, I think it's a really, really nice looking knife in terms of design and aesthetics. And that's kind of one thing that's specific to my channel, is that if I do feature a knife, it's because it's something I actually think looks good. So that's kind of what I got so far. So